interest, and my health complications are such that it makes it difficult, and particularly to try to be in a race going forward. It makes it difficult doing a lot of things. So I've determined it's in the best interest that I not run for another term. And that if anything, I take a good 6 months to a year to let my body heal. But I never really allowed that to happen during the last year. So I will be wishing well to those who are running for my seat, and hoping that a good, strong contender could come in and fulfill work that is left that is yet undone. My family, my wife, and them that have been here, and even my friends, they know the sacrifice that it takes being a state representative. Family sacrifices. So I'll get to spend a lot more time with them and with family. I will not go away. My life has always been about public service before I ever ran for state representative. After I know that I've really done the right things for myself healthily, I'll continue to get involved in all the different issues that happen in this city and wherever I can best serve. I'm a preacher, I'm part of an outreach ministry. I will continue to do those things that I can continue to serve and improve the quality of life of the residents of the city of Norwalk or wherever I can. So lastly, I'll end with just a reminder. So what did Bruce Morris promise he would do? Healthcare sounds good. Well, everyone that had healthcare access and you took advantage of that exchange, Bruce Morris was part of that. Everyone who had Husky A and B and you had a hard time getting your kids to get dental care before, Bruce Morris was the person to help make certain that that is no longer the issue. For those who are in their homes and in nursing care and couldn't afford it, and now you're getting nursing care in your home, the money follows the money follows the person program. Bruce Morris was part of making certain that that happened. In 2008, when we had the collapse of all of our housing, and we came up with the foreclosure mediation program, I was on the housing committee to help make that happen. So if you're still in your home, Bruce Morris has helped make some of those things happen for you. For affordable housing, I was part of making certain that 20% of the bonding that goes to CHFA now goes towards multifamily, low-income housing. That at 35 and 65%. Very proud of that. The key thing that I stood on more than anything was education being the great equalizer. And we're all very aware of the Education Reform Act, of which myself and a bunch of members of the Black and Puerto Rican Caucus, we sat down and went line over line, precept over precept of that bill. And our fingerprints are all over it. Bruce Morris helped make that happen. For all of the parent groups that we have now that set policy in schools, Bruce Morris. When we did our turnaround schools with Briggs, Bruce Morris. When you take a look at our early childhood care, I talked about universal preschool. I was trying to get the numbers today, the number of slots, but we've got a lot more slots, readiness school slots here in the city of Norwalk. Working with my delegation with Bob Duff and Chris Perrone, we've increased those numbers of slots and provided opportunities so that more kids have educational opportunities. I talked about crime. Back then I worried about the fact that we were spending $12,000 to educate and $30,000 for education. To put you in jail. Well, we've closed a number of prisons, and we got prisons we're still planning on closing. We've reduced the number of inmates that we have that have incarcerated. Millions of dollars that we are saved. We raised the age of those who are in judicial court and they're treated like adults, that now they're receiving the mental health care. They're receiving the real things that will help them to correct them from the Department of Corrections. So I've saved those money. I've done more to invest in lives. I've been part of six terms of deficits that we actually turned this state around. We know that it's still tough. It's hard. But things could have been worse in the state of Connecticut. I'm proud to say that I voted for budgets that made certain that people were poor, people that were in need. We protected that social safety net, and I'm proud that we did that. I'm proud that whereas we lost all of the people in the financial services sector, and that was really crippling for the state of Connecticut. 65% of our income came from them, but we have retooled the state of Connecticut with bioservices. We retooled something that was always important to me, particularly for minority communities, Everyone said you need to go to college. Well, what about the trades? We've reinvested in our technical high schools and preparing a generation that will be able to do these great jobs that are going to be coming out of Pratt & Whitney and Sikorsky. So at the end of 12 years, I couldn't save the world, but I think I've saved one. I thank each one of you for the support that you've given me. I thank the city of Norwalk and its voters for the honor to serve. Thank you. You have any questions?